Hello everybody, this is part 1 of improvements that Wuthering Waves needs, and the first video is gonna be about Wimpering Waste. After all, Wimpering Waste has now slight controversy, and also it is endgame of Wuthering Waves and it's needed to be properly done for all players to enjoy. However, there are still few things that this game mode is missing that should already be in there, and few things that needs to be changed. So let's look right into it. First, why am I doing this series? I want to show that people can actually criticize Wuthering Waves, and it's not baseless like that people will just hate on you because you have idea how to improve something. I don't think that's it, so let's see how it's gonna end up. The first improvement, that is the simplest one and should have been when the game mode was released, is on the map section. When you look at it, here we have the first endgame mode. In here we can see 30 out of 30, which I clear it completely. Now, why isn't here next to it Wimpering Waste mode? It is still endgame of this game. Why don't we have it here? Why I must just go and look around, click to find it? It doesn't make sense. It is endgame. I want instantly to get there when I'm on the map and checking how much stamina I actually still have. This is one of the simplest improvements that needs to be added. Nothing more, nothing less. So let's jump into number 2. For the second one, we have to actually start looking into game mode itself. So let's go. For this issue, I'm gonna take on the major step and talk about this thing. These things are tokens which are your buffs for this game mode, which meant to help you to clear this endgame much more easily. However, there are few issues with these tokens and buffs and how they thought about how to make them. Because, oh my gosh, whoever was designing this was smoking crack. Let's start from the first ones. This one is fair, easy and understandable. Every single element has its own 20% buff. Fantastic start. Okay, maybe we should continue that. We have rare tokens. Now we are choosing heavy attack, now basic attack, and then intro skills for their characters, which I think it's okay, and the numbers are good for rarity tokens. Now we're gonna get slightly into issue parts. That is the epic ones. These are not bad ones, they are offering a little bit more creativity to your gameplay, but I would only consider that to this one, which with every healing you create explosion of electro damage, which is very fun, creative and easily for beginners to clear most of the endgame thanks to this one. However, everything else, like amplifies damage by 25% only. We have increased crit damage of all resonators of 40%. Yes, this is permanent and this is like 15 seconds, but rotations don't take long. Like, this is just too small of the number considering what is meant to be. And also the difficulty of the endgame. To be honest, I don't have much issue with these two tokens, it's pretty fair and simple. The issue I have with epic ones is they are not creating new ones. I would love to have 2 rotating epic tokens. Just 2. These 2 should stay. These 2 should be changed. I don't care if it's gonna have negative effect in the beginning. In the long run it should be more beneficial. And practically this one I never used. Never. Not even once. Why is it here? Now, for the most painful one to explain would be the golden tokens. These tokens, in simplified terms, are the character buff tokens, not the element one, which I think they are making big mistake of it, not doing it like this. They should focus on element, not the character. What do I mean by that? Let's just show the example of fusion. Grants fusion damage bonus. Dot. Perfect. Fusion damage bonus for fusion characters. Fantastic start. Casting Resonance Liberation recovers 2 points of energy. Okay, good. Resonators can hold up to 2 points of energy. Seems okay, nothing wrong with it. When Resonators deal Resonance Liberation damage, 1 point of energy is consumed and cast AoE attack dealing 1500 fusion damage to nearby target in total. Now, I wonder, why doesn't it work for every ult? You know, when you use this token, I would expect that when I use my ultimate, I would see this AoE attack, but somehow it never happens. This part happens. Now this part I don't get it, and this part I don't get it why it's not working. Maybe somebody can actually explain why it's not working for normal characters, but this is just stupid. This one, when I first started to read this, I was happy with it. Look at this. Casting echo skill increases havoc damage by 20%. Nothing wrong with it, you are gonna use your echoes in your rotations, so free 20% buff. Now, stacking up to 2 times, which sounds amazing. This same resonator cannot trigger this effect again with the same echo skill. Now there is issue. Why the hell not? I don't get it, what they were thinking about this. We have echoes like Nightmare Crownless. He can be used up to 3 times. So I was thinking when I was starting to read this, maybe we can use 2 times this echo and we get 40% buff, and also the next part, at the 2 stacks, Resonator's next instance of damage dealt triggers AoE attack dealing 800% havoc attack. If they remove this simple line of Resonators cannot trigger this effect again with the same echo skill, we would have fantastic power up for havoc damage dealers. But because of this simple stupid line there, they restricted every character from achieving this. It's stupid. It should not be there. This needs to be reworked. And now this one. Amplifies heavy attack damage and electro damage by 50%. Such a simple buff that is beneficial for electro damage dealers and heavy attack damage dealers. Nothing wrong with it. Simple. You don't have to do anything to achieve this. You have it there. I would actually buff it to 100%, but that's my opinion. It's beneficial for electro and heavy attack users. Fantastic. If we are gonna have Augusta, you know, that benefits from both of these, still I would consider this fantastic buff. Problem with these types of things is they cannot do these things. Stop focusing so specifically on character. You have it here. This is fantastic example. If this line wasn't here, we would have another fantastic buff that people can use to clear this endgame mode easily. But because it is focused solely on Forlova, it's not gonna be used anywhere else, which is super insane waste. Absolutely unimaginable stupidity. I hope for the future we can actually rework most of these already existing power-ups to actually be beneficial for more than one character. Okay, because I don't think in the future we're gonna get another character like Forlova that is gonna have echo skill attacks that is gonna be beneficial with this. And again, to be considered Havoc, we already have so many Havoc characters. Why would we need another? I want ice. I want ice characters, not this. Okay, I think I ran long enough for this. Let's get to issue number 3, which was talked about in the beginning of this game mode when it was first released, and is issued to this day. That is enemy AI. The enemy AI for this game mode is incredibly stupid and inefficient. In a game mode where you need to group as much enemies into one place and quickly execute them, they are so annoying that they always move, go away, and just ruin the rotations, and you have to repeat them over and over again until you get the most proper run. Like, it's crazy. This time, the biggest offender of this issue is this stupid echo. I had to rerun like 11 times to get even this one stupid rank because of this stupid echo. Oh my gosh, I was crashing out. Absolute insanity. Now, how do we fix this? Do we just reprogram Echo Intelligence for this game mode specifically? That would be a lot of work, and I don't think it is necessary to do for the devs. I think they need to add special power for Wimpering Waste, and that is grouping ability on cooldown. Something like 10-second cooldown that gathers all the enemy to yourself instantly. That's it. That would fix all problems with the stupid AI. And it doesn't matter if it's like 3 cost echo or 1 cost echo, it would ignore the pushing limit or whatever it is, it would group them all to you. It would help so much to have something like this added as a power up or gadget or whatever. Simple solution doesn't require a lot of work and fixes a lot of problems, and especially helps the players to have much easier time in this content and a game. Now, this was simple. Let's move to the fourth one, which is even simpler. When you do these runs, you have to clear with 2 teams. Okay, nothing unreasonable. Now, the issue I have when I clear with the first team and then I do second team and I somehow just choke, the game lags, or I don't know, internet crashes out. I have to do this over again with the number 1 team, and potentially I could have a really fantastic clear run with number 1 team. However, I have to repeat the run over again, and I'm not gonna get that perfect run again. I only get the worst one. Why cannot we choose to clear this team or this team? I actually don't like that we have to do this 2 teams back to back. If we can actually clear this part and then this part, I would be happy. There is nothing more to improve, because this is annoying stupid mechanic that weaker PCs and people that are poor like me actually has to deal with this issue. And it just consumes time, creates unnecessary stress, and it's incredibly annoying and unnecessary. Like literally add button, I want to clear this now, I want to clear this now. Do you want to run it together? First run, yes, I wouldn't mind, but then when I get good run here, I want to save it, and then when I move to next one, I want to just try to get good run on the second one, not with the first one. Okay? Simple as that. Please make it happen. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say about Wimpering Waste. Wimpering Waste isn't bad game mode or bad endgame. It has its own annoying flaws that can be easily fixed when people actually just voice their complaint and show the solution, so game dev can actually have easier time to deciding, okay, this is actually beneficial, easy to do, and actually people also want this to change, and in this way that we also probably tested, because I think they already done it. Kuro Games listens to players. Understandably, sometimes the changes take longer than we want, often because people just don't show how easy the solution is or how to solve the problem. When I look at the issue, I want to know if it's gonna take a long time or it's gonna be short time. Sometimes we don't have to overcomplicate simple issues and simple solutions. When you want improvement, you can just ask for it. Maybe later we're gonna have, that would be trim actually, of having patch notes that would be dedicated to player base wishes. Like you take one wish from US, NA, you take one from Europe, one from Asia, Japan, or whatever country, like the biggest markets you have, you take one wish of each country they want in a game, and you make small patch that you add these things. It doesn't need to be any new content or anything, it just needs to be like patches to game. I would wish Kuro Games would actually try to do this. It would be fantastic. But that is hopeful dream that probably will never happen. But maybe if enough people all over the world would actually want this, maybe we would heard something about it. But that's it for this video. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next video. Goodbye and have a nice rest of your day.